welcome to Two Moms and a Camera. I'm here with my sister Shelly.
Hello!
And it's her birthday weekend, so we're drinking a vodka cooler and we're going to say a big happy birthday to my sister. I love you. Cheers, happy birthday.
Thank you. It's my birth weekend. Hold on. I need to.
It is her birth weekend, and we have a lot of fun things planned for her. We're going to see the Bad Moms movie tonight.
Yes.
We are having a big party tomorrow night on the patio. And then I believe at some point we're going to end up at your place this weekend.
In the pool.
Perfect.
That would be wonderful. So, today we are going out tonight. So we're going to be doing a couple of videos today. So this is the first one. I just came from work. This is me.
And your Toronto Blue Jays t-shirt.
On Fridays I wear a Toronto Blue Jays t-shirt to work. And
is it dress down day on Fridays?
No, this is me. And
okay,
very little makeup, hair like this. This is me. I wanted to be real for you all because it's my birthday and I can do whatever I want. Yes, and then the next video, we're going to film a Bad Moms video next. I'm going to get dressed to go out before
That's
that.
good to know.
So you guys can see the transformation. And I need Nikki's help, I think. Because I think I forgot to bring earrings.
Well, I have lots of those.
Yeah. So for this first video to celebrate my birthday, first of all, my birthday is on August the 1st. But I wanted to make this all about me.
It should be all about you. Very much so.
Not really. I just wanted to, we get asked a lot for advice on certain things and that, and we really hesitate to give advice because, I think sometimes you know the right thing to do, and you don't need us telling you what to do. But there are a few things, a few little sayings or a few mottos or a few things that I try to use throughout my life to make things run a little bit smoother, or things that mean something to me. So I wanted to share that with you. So the first one I heard a while back, and I read there's some controversy over this saying. It was attributed to Einstein, but then they actually don't think that Einstein is actually the one that said this. So you may not have ever heard this.
Okay.
This is a quote, and I don't actually know if it's Einstein or not, so don't get mad. The quote is, "Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid."
I love that. I love that.
Now,
that's huge. That's deep.
I know, but I don't actually know that everyone is a genius.
Genius
is a strong word.
I would say, yeah, but I know where they were trying to go with that.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe everybody's a genius in their own way, in their own in their field of where they have their passions and they have their talents and things like that.
The people that don't like this quote basically don't like it because they feel that you can learn something. If you want to learn how to do math, you learn how to do math. So to say that, to put you in a box saying that this is what you're good at, maybe isn't fair. But I believe that often we judge people on their abilities for certain things, but we all have to realize that we have strengths in different areas. Mm-hmm. And thank God that we do, because I think that if we were all the same, it would be...
Well, I have this huge strong feeling that very smart people have no common sense. Right. And my husband, very smart man, no common sense. It's, I think the really smart people lack, because common sense is such a basic thing that I think is just they can't wrap their head around something that's here. They want to be here all the time, so they're making decisions that normal people will go, what? Well, why don't you just do it this way? Here's a shortcut to how you want to do it the difficult way. So you're right. I'm glad that everybody's on different levels.
And I have a son who is on the autism spectrum and highly functioning. But this quote was said to me at a time I heard it that it really meant something to me, because I realized that in many ways he was being judged based on what other people thought was acceptable or normal.
Right.
And to be truly amazing, you have to kind of be off the beaten track a little bit. And I think we all have the ability, regardless of how book smart we are or what your IQ is, you all have the ability to change the world in some little way. And I think that if you remember that, then we respect other people. Mm-hmm. And I really love this quote. Okay. So moving on, I don't know if our mother told us this or you told me this, but I always remember this too. Most of the hurt you feel is not intended. So if you hurt say I said something to Nikki and she was hurt by what I said, but I didn't intend to hurt her, does it make it easier for her to realize that there was no intent there to hurt her? And I think that it does. And I think if you feel hurt by somebody, you have to remember that sometimes the situation that you're in or how fragile you are at that moment might make you hurt. I find if you can often hold off your reaction, even for 12 hours, oftentimes you don't react the same way as you would at that moment. Do you feel that way?
I do, and I don't. I agree with, I think if anger is involved, then yes. Because I think the things you say in anger, I think when you're hurt and your feelings are hurt, see, my thing is, I like to say how I feel.
I know.
I like to say, that hurt me.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
That hurt me. Let's talk.
Yeah.
So we can get past this. And I want to say everything in my heart. And I think that if I say it in anger, that's different.
Right.
If I
agree.
say, you know what, Shelly, you're a B, you're this, you're that, and I, you meant to hurt me, and I think you're disgusting, and whatever, yet then that's not okay. So if you're angry, wait, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
Definitely wait. But I think you need to talk about how you feel, because if I hold it in, you and I are not where we need to be.
Right.
So if you've hurt me and I don't say, Shell, I was really hurt by something you said, and you say to me, wow, Nick, like, okay, that was not my intention. Here's where I was thinking about this, and then we have a conversation about it, right? To me, then we put it away, it's done.
And then it's done.
But if I hurt you back with my hurt, that's not okay. And that's where I think you're right. Taking the time.
Well, the anger thing is very good,
Right.
because I think often when you're in anger, you react to things. And if you just, how often do you react to things and you wish you could take that back? So sometimes if you feel
You're right.
like you're out of control,
Yes.
you need to maybe just sleep on it, walk away, take a time out, and then it's amazing. In 12 hours, you might feel a little bit differently.
And if the hurt has to be emotional, so that you can't think
Right.
clearly, or you're not able to put it where it needs to be put, then I think, yes, I think that's a great point. Waiting and letting it digest and putting that, where were you when you said that? How were you thinking about the other person and where it was coming from?
Right.
Sometimes when you take time to think about it, it doesn't seem as huge as it really does at that time.
So the last thing I'm going to say about this is, or about this sort of my mottos, personal mottos.
Shelley's mottos.
Yeah. Live life in truth. And what I mean by that is, if you make up stories or you're not often truthful, it takes a lot of energy to remember who you said what to, or what story you told this person last. It's really difficult. And so I realized a long time ago, and it changed my life, if I'm honest with people, then I don't have to think about the story. I mean, and quite honestly, as you get older, my memory isn't good.
You can't remember what you said.
I'm like, if I'm just honest with people, then I don't have to think about the story. And I remember one of the examples of this is, I have a couple that we're friends with, and we get together maybe 2 or 3 times a year. And she's just the most honest person. She'll just tell you as it is, sort of thing. So I called her one night, the phone rang and rang and rang, it went to voicemail. The next night she called me back and I said, oh hi, I called last night. She goes, yeah, I know, I was home, I was just pooping out on the couch, I didn't feel like answering the phone. And you know what, maybe 10 years ago I would have been hurt by that.
Offended?
But I was like,
Yeah, that's
oh,
happened to me.
yeah. How many times do you not feel like talking on the phone?
And who answers their phone these days?
Well, that's true.
There's text.
But this is the thing. I just feel as though I appreciated her honesty in that moment. Doesn't mean she doesn't like me as a friend. It just means that she was tired and didn't want to talk on the phone.
And
this
that's
goes
okay.
back years ago, where before now we actually do text. But I find that if you're honest, it makes everything much easier.
It does.
So
I
those
would
are
agree. And I think as part of that, just to add on to it, your truth being who you are and where you're at in life. There's a lot of people out there driving cars that they can't afford and living in houses that they can't afford and trying to compete with other people and be the person that they really shouldn't be. Instead of just being happy and thankful for what they have and living in their truth. To me, there's a lot of stories that you could try to live out that's not really you or who you are. And you're struggling and things are not what they seem to other people and you're just dying inside because your truth is not what you're showing to other people. It's so much easier to live your truth to, you know, be where you can be financially and not try to be something as somebody that you're
I'm a
not.
firm believer that when you have a decision to make, most of the time you know what you should do. Even the hardest decisions, very seldom is it a situation where you don't know what the right thing to do is. You may not want to do it, but you most of the time you know what you should do and what the right thing to do is. There are a few times in my life where I really didn't know, but when I focus on that, I realize sometimes my difficulty lies in that I don't want to do what I know I should do, or I don't want to do what I know is right. But ultimately, if you get past that and you do what you know you should be doing, then you're living in the truth. And I think that's very important.
Yeah, I think that's a huge one. That's the best one to finish up with. So congratulations.
So happy birthday to me.
Yes, I love that, Shell. Thank you for sharing that with us.
And we will see you in a little bit to film the Bad Moms.
Yes, and please don't forget, get your mums and subscribe. Subscribe, mums. It's really important for us to keep this channel going and to be able to join you every week. And we're just loving it. So thank those of you who have subscribed. You guys rock. A lot of you have asked us to name you and what name we should be using for our subscribers, and we've come up with Camera Crew. We love that for you guys, but we want to know what you guys think. So please let us know. If Camera Crew is what you're feeling you'd like to use, then I think that's so cute. We'd be thrilled with that. So bye, cheers.
Bye for now.
Thank you for subscribing. Cheers.